to a moment in thoroughbred racing history. The Moonee Valley Racing Club proudly present the 71st of a series, the WS Cox Plate, a Group 1 event over 2,040 metres of $1.7 million.
92, I still think, sits there as the best. There'd been a match race at the Caulfield Carnival on the Wednesday before the Caulfield Cup between Let's Elope and Better Loosen Up, who was trying to come back from injury. And Let's Elope won that match race. So she was there. Better Loosen Up was there. He'd won it in 1990. The 3-year-olds were there. Superimposer won the Canberra Cup. The favourite, he'd had a perfect preparation, naturalism. He won the Fian, he won the Turnbull. He was just spot on, and he was a very sure price favourite. They all turned up for this race, and it was just, it was going to be exciting. Whoever won, the best horse would win for sure. And we thought it'd be naturalism.
Look, he was always going to be a Cox Plate horse, a brilliant 2,000-metre horse. He came into the race as favourite. It was a superb Cox Plate that year, the best of the best, probably the best field assembled that I've seen for a long, long time. It might be the best Cox Plate of all time. But if you went through the horses, the amount of horses that in that race that had Group 1 form and were great horses, I don't think you'll get a better Cox Plate. You'll always get good horses in a Cox Plate, always. But I doubt whether you'll ever get a field like that again. And, you strive to win those type of races, when you finally get to a stage where you got a name and you got the ability to get the good rides in those races, you strive to win them. It's a great feeling, great feeling.
There he is, the winner of the Fian Stakes, a brilliant winner, and I'm sure bound now for the Cox Plate here in October. The outstanding horse, Naturalism.
Well, there's no doubt about it. When jockeys start to ride winners early in the day and they have good rides on the day, good jockeys think they're invincible.
Dittman riding hard on Flitter, and she's responding. Flitter is out after Serene. Look at the 150. They draw away now.
The more winners they ride, the more they think they can ride. They ride 2, they think they can ride 3 or 4. They ride 4, they think they can ride 5 or 6. So it's just the way your mentality is. And like that particular day, I was on fire. I was fit, well, ready to go. I think in those races, and you got a genuine chance to win as you go into the race, like your adrenaline's pumping and you're full of hype. Naturalism on that particular day, like he was very, very well. He was in prime condition. Lee had him ready to go, and I'd won 3 or 4 Group 1 races on him, so I knew how he had to be ridden.
I was a steward from 1978 until 2008, and I was chairman of stewards from 1996 to 2008, and I would have officiated at every Cox Plate from 1978 until 2008.
He might win yet, the champ. Grosvenor took the lead off. Kingston Town swamping them. What a run. Kingston Town wins it next to Grosvenor.
It was labelled the Weight for Age Championship of Australasia, and it certainly lived up to that hype year after year after year.
And Bone Crusher races into equine immortality. Rubicons hit the front, and Rubicons won the Cox Plate.
And it was something that we really look forward to each year, because we always expected and see a wonderful spectacle. It was really something special. I think we had the 6 top-rated horses in Australia in the field and 7 of the next 20. And so it was arguably the highest quality Cox Plate in the Great Races history.
The number 1 weight for age race to win, because you have a look at the profiles of the Cox Plate winners, the mares, the 3-year-olds, the stallions, the geldings, the fillies. They're all exceptional horses that were champions and raced against the best of the best all the time. So you know that you have to be finely tuned and switched on, that is for sure. And there's always that apprehension, tension in a jockey's room where it is a big day, and jockeys are a little more serious, if you like. In particular, if you're riding a horse in the market on Cox Plate Day, you know you're on the spotlight, that's for sure. To walk out into the mounting yard and all the owners are on edge, it's Cox Plate. All the trainers are like, they've trained their horse to the minute and they're being very professional and they're all confident in their own way. And then there's the jockeys that are trying to relax the owners and the trainers and say, I've got this, it's all right. Well, he's such a cool cat, Blue, better loosen up. He's never the pick of the yard, if you like. He was just a plain brown, wishy-washy style of coat of a horse, but he had a huge chest, good girth on him, great hind quarter. David Hayes spoke to me briefly, mentioned a couple of things to me that don't worry about the horse's lead-up form. He's flying on the track. He hasn't had races suited in his lead-up runs.
But the champion's fighting back on the rail. Let's elope about a neck in front of Better Loosen Up.
He weighs exactly the same as he did the year that he won it. I've got him right. He's happy, he's sound, he's well, and he just needs luck in running, and I think he's a great each-way chance. David legged me up and said, good luck. Yeah, it was like sitting in a recliner chair, to be honest. It was really comfortable.
I remember Tuesday morning, I was leaving track work and there was a bloke called Danny Power that rode for the Herald Sun. Bart Cummins happened to say, he said, I wonder who I'm going to put on this mare, Let's Elope. And I was walking to my car and he said, see that bloke there? He said, I'll be putting him on. He said, why do you think that, Danny? Why would you say that? He said, you won't die wondering, Bart. The phone rings. It was Lee Friedman. They had naturalism, mannerism, and superimpose. He said, you got to ride in the Cox Plate, Greg. And I said, no, I haven't, mate. Oh, you can ride the old boy Super.
And Superimpose is racing away. Look at Superimpose, ease down on the line, and Superimpose wins the cup.
Since I hung the phone up, it rings again. Everybody thinks, don't tell me it was Bart, Let's Elope. Well, it wasn't. It was David Hayes. I said, oh, you can ride Better Loosen Up if you want. And I said, no, I've got to ride in it. And he said, OK. And so that's how I got the ride. Otherwise, Damien would have been riding it because he had to stick with mannerism. When I jumped on Superimpose, Anthony legged me up and we just gelled straight away, you know, and walk around the mountain yard patting him. And he never blinked an eyelid. He never got upset once. He never got toey or anything like that. And yeah, he was just the absolute angel, he was.
I remember going to the track, Breakfast with the Stars at Moonee Valley. Joe Agresta came over to me after the track work and just whispered in my ear that you should try and get on Let's Elope. She's flying. It was a great piece of work this morning. And I approached Bart and let him know that I was available to ride Let's Elope. The word got back to me pretty quick. Bart's put your name down on Let's Elope. I was a very happy man.
If it's a dry day, she'll probably win. If it's a wet day, well, she could probably perform similar to this morning.
He reminded me about that she can lay in, and that was pretty much about it. And we were waiting for the bell to go for all the jockeys to get legged up. But in the background, there's a lot of noise, a lot of humming. I think there was a helicopter up above. The adrenaline was at its peak.
Everyone assumed that the Palace Rain was just a wet tracker. So he started big odds. But David, as he legged me on him in the mounting yard, he said, don't you worry about this horse. He said, he's a seriously good horse.
It's Palace Rain on the outside, about a neck in front, pulling clear from Palace Symphony, and Palace Rain goes on to win it by a length to Palace Symphony.
Doesn't matter about the track, he'll be good on anything. So you've got a really good chance here. That gave me a little bit more of a pep going to the start. The crowd is so close to the action. You're right on top of it. And as a jockey, even when you go out into the mounting yard at the back of the grandstand, you've got this towering grandstand above you and huge crowds. You go through the tunnel, out onto the track, and thousands of screaming punters there right next to you. It makes the hair stand up on the back of your neck. And so Cox Plate Day, the biggest day of them all, yeah, it goes up to another level. It's fantastic.
Number one onto the track, a winner of $2.5 million, Rough Habit. 5 Group 1 wins last season. Number 2, the Evergreen champion, Superimpose. Number 3, the winner of the 1990 Cox Plate, Better Loosen Up. Number 4, Prince Salieri, 4th in the race last year. Number 5, Siniston, 2 placings in the race in the last 2 years. Number 6, the current weight for age champion of Australia, the AJC Derby winner, Naturalism. Number 7, Kinjite, the Epsom Handicap winner. Number 8, the Mighty Mare, one of the greatest to grace Australian race courses, Let's Elope. Number 9, the Caulfield Cup winner, Mannerism. Number 10, a Group 1 winner at his past 2 starts, the champion 3-year-old Coronation Day. Bart Cummings, second runner, Muirfield Village, Stephen King in the saddle. Number 12, the Caulfield Guineas winner, Palace Rain. Number 13, winner of the 2-year-old Triple Crown and the Golden Slipper Stakes, Burst. And number 14, from Sydney, Slight Chance, Shane Dye is the rider.